afternoon to our Tan Kok Chi. And first of all, thank you so much for accepting our interview today, this lovely afternoon. And we would like to know more about you. Basically, this interview was conducted by KOTO Association. KOTO Association is a community-driven platform where it is for upskilling, job matching, and also financial inclusion. And KOTO, also known as No One Teach One. As an important feature of KOTO Association was 100 Dream Chasers, and where we are featuring 100 successful people in this Dream Chaser, where we're going to put out in our social media and also in our website very soon, where we are picking people from locally and also internationally. And we have been inspired so much by your story as a Tan Kok Chi, where you were head of operation of OLDTOWN White Coffee. So we really excited to how your journey was begin and now, right? So I would like to pass the mic to one of our Dream Chaser now. Here.
Hi. Thanks, Yalini. It's my pleasure to be invited for this session. It's my honor. All right. Before I start everything, I just want to say hi to everybody. Hope everyone doing well during this pandemic and the cases continue to increase and stay high in Malaysia. Please do everybody stay safe and follow the SOP accordingly. Let me briefly introduce a little bit about myself. My name is Kok Chi, and usually my colleague and friends call me Cassie in short. All right. I come from a very small town in Johor. It's called Layang Layang. A lot of nice food over there. I study my primary school in my hometown. Then after that, I moved to Kluang, a bigger town, to further my secondary education and high school education. Then I complete my college study at Taylor's College for my pre-university program. I think about more than 22 years back, long time ago. So I further my study. After took a break of about 2-3 years, I further my study in United States. I complete my undergraduate study, my degree in University of Toledo in Ohio State in US. I major in marketing management, specialized in international business. So I moved on. After I graduate, I came back to support my family business until my father passed away, and I start to look for a job in Singapore. The why I choose Singapore, because at that time, and I thought that Singapore was a better place to learn, to explore, to get more experience, and nearer to my hometown.
Yeah.
And so that's why I decided to look for a job in Singapore. And I was lucky enough to get an offer from two different companies, very two different companies. One is the F&B, which is Dairy France. Another one is the cleansing company, which required me to be based in Hong Kong, to be their representative from Hong Kong and China. But due to my father just passed away, so I rejected the offer because I need to take care of my mom and family. So I decided to take up the offer in Delhi, France, as a management trainee in 1996. That's how I began my journey in F&B until now. And at first when I joined, I was like new kids in the block, so I didn't know anything. When I joined Delhi France as a management trainee, I always get scolded by those very experienced staff. They give me a very harsh words and something, but I told myself to put up with it, and I told myself if anyone else could make it, and I believe I can make it through. Yep. So finally, I climbed myself up until I was promoted as an area manager to manage a few outlets all across Singapore. In 2002, I decided to quit my job in Delhi, France, and make a move to come back to Malaysia. And it was a very, very major move for me and it's a very, very difficult decision, but I decided to come back because for the long term, I believe Malaysia is a final place for me to grow myself. That's how I end up in Malaysia. So I started off my own business, but it failed during the time is because of SARS crisis. So I went through the difficult time, and then I joined the workforce. I mean, I rejoined Delhi France in Malaysia as I was offered a job to take care of Delhi France in Johor Bahru. So then after a few years time, I think it's time for me to move on because I want to continue to grow myself, to learn more in a different area that I believe I need to improve in order to fill up all the puzzle of my career portfolio. So eventually I joined Sushi King as their district manager to manage their southern region outlets. So I was lucky enough. Every year I was promoted to higher position every year, and I was given a lot of opportunity until the time of 2017. I left Sushi King and joined OLDTOWN. I was offered a job in OLDTOWN as a head of international franchise and licensing. All right, and but prior to that, when I was working in Sushi King, I was tasked by the management to set up the new business venture in Vietnam from scratch. So it was a very, very good experience for me. And maybe I will share a little bit more during the interview. All right. So since I joined OLDTOWN in 2017, I have been taking care of few different aspects of the business. At first, I was taking care of the international franchisee. Then until last year, I was tasked by the management to take care of the domestic market, the wholly owned restaurant operations, and until now. And this year, because of the crisis, so and it's become extremely busy for all of us. And I also joined I was invited to join as one of the ESCO committee, the top management committee, for OLDTOWN at the moment. Yes. So, Yalini, you have anything that you would like me to share?
Sure, no problem. I was so inspired that you have gained a lot of experience through this long journey, right? So how did it feel when you got to this point where you are today?
Uh, to be honest, Yalini, I think I'm halfway through. You know, this year I'm 50 years old. Yep. I think I'm still on the racing track right now. And I'm fighting with times, and you know, the retire age is at 60. I have another 10 years, but I believe I will continue to work. But so now I'm on the racing track. So I'm fighting with time, and it's a never-ending learning progress for me. And I believe I could do more for the near future. Yes.
That's the spirit.
Yeah.
So, what are the?
I think it's never too old to learn.
Yeah, exactly. So what are the challenges that you face, and how did you overcome these kind of challenges like timely?
Throughout the years, I believe my own value and principle that I always stick to. I think there are a few things that is very, very important. First of all, I think it's self-discipline.
Okay.
We always have to be discipline ourselves so that we won't go off track. You know, we are human beings, we are not machine. We have emotion, we have so much variety affecting our personal life, our work life, but always stick to self-discipline. I think this is how driven myself that throughout the years in order to keep myself on track. And beside that, I think persistence, that's very important to me. As my colleague always say, I'm very persistent in doing something until I achieve it. So I think that is very important for us. All right, and always set a high expectation on myself. and also to my subordinate and other associates.
Also very important to have the positive attitude and mindset. And always committed to our work.
Okay, and the next question is, what advice do you have for the youth nowadays, especially during this COVID? We already face a lot of depression things, right? So, what advice you can say to these youngsters and also people that admire you?
I think everybody somehow, to a certain extent, that feel very stressful and a lot of uncertainty. I think, but it's very, very important that ourselves, I think it's very important that we must, to have, to keep our confidence. During this pandemic, a lot of company actually freeze the new recruitment and having a pay cut, all right? There's no salary increment, no bonus. Yes. So I think we have to stay positive and we have to get over it and have to be mentally strong. And for those who are looking for a job at this moment, I think maybe it's a tough time to get a new job, to obtain a new job. But however, don't give up and continue during this period. If we have time, continue to improve our knowledge or even pick up the new skill. Yeah, I think for employer, when we are looking for candidates, most important, I mean, based on my own experience, when I'm looking for a new associate, a candidate to join OLDTOWN, or rather, I'm actually looking for people with a very good attitude, and how effective the person in terms of their communication, how they organize their thought, and how creative this person in problem solving, and in a very logical way, and always think out of box. This is how we are looking for the candidates. But as I said, don't give up. Don't have a doubt on yourself. I think everybody going through this together. All right. Yeah, I think that is very important.
If you could start all over again, what will you do differently?
I think I will tell myself to be more aggressive and more adventurous.
Why in that way? Yeah.
I believe I could have achieved more.
Okay.
If I am more aggressive, yes.
Okay. So the next question is, what is the biggest joy in your life?
And to be honest, I think, as I shared with you just now, once I joined F&B, I think I cannot get out of F&B anymore, because I think this job is my ideal job. This is what I love to eat, and I think I love to work in F&B so far, even though it's a very tedious job, very long working hours, and very stressful job. But because of the flexibility, the volatility of the business, I find it very interesting, because I don't like to be honest, I don't like to work in office, and because I don't like 9 to 5 stagnant job. Yes, yeah. So this is something very interesting, and so I love what I'm doing, and so currently my job is giving me a lot of joys. Of course, I think there will be a work-life balance. All right. And it's actually allowed me to step out of a comfort zone, to explore a different boundary. So far, I think I'm lucky enough, and so this is what I'm going to do. I think until whenever I can continue to do. Yeah.
Okay, we have to love our job, right?
Yes, I think that's very important. My advice for people that who are looking out there, I think do what you love to do and what you're interested to do. Otherwise, it's like you will feel bored and you will not work long, and you won't be passionate about what you are doing. Yeah.
Exactly. So, what is success and failure mean to you?
To me, success is. I am a strong believer of Maslow theory. You know Maslow, right?
Yeah,
they
Maslow,
have a 5 hierarchy of needs. So to me, is to achieve the higher needs is the self-actualization. So this is what I call success. What a man can be, he must be. I think to be another aspect of the success that I'm looking at, right, is the personal, how to be a better person for ourselves, for family and friends, for community and society. I think this is we are still continue to. I'm still continue to learn, be a better person. Cannot be a best person,
Yeah.
but I think this is also considered part of the success to me. Yes. And for
Exactly.
failure is to me is someone never try out the full potential of themselves
Yeah.
and give up on life. To me, there is a failure. But we don't mind to have many failure, but we continue to try.
Exactly. Keep trying, keep going on the track, right?
Yes.
So, what is the greatest fear you faced in your life before this?
I think at this stage of life, I think it's health and time.
Mm-hmm.
I worry that
Yeah.
I don't have enough time, and I worry that I'm not healthy enough to do what I want to do. Yeah.
Mm. Okay. So, that's all from my side. So, anything you would like to share more to us?
Maybe for if for those people who are looking for a job out there, I think based on my experience, and I think even myself, you know, I for getting my first job is like after 6 months. So it will take time to look for what you really like to do. So during that time when I was before I got my first job, I felt worried. I
Mm-hmm.
cast a doubt on myself, and I had less self-confidence because why it took so long for me to get a job, and my colleague and my friends and other peers that had got a good job.
Yeah.
So don't worry about it, and just, but of course don't limit yourself,
Mm.
and give a try. Set a first priority. What is the ideal job? If ideal job is not available, look for the second choice and third choice.
Yeah, exactly. We have to keep exploring, right?
Yeah, keep exploring. And we don't know what we like to do, to be honest. I study international business and marketing, but end up I'm in F&B, but I love it.
Mm.
Yep. All
Exactly.
right.
So, that's
Yeah.
all from you, sir?
I think that's about all from my
Mm-hmm.
side. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Any other thing from your side that you would like me to share?
No, that's all, sir.
All right. Okay. Thanks a lot, Yalini. And my
Thank you so
apology
much.
for the poor network here.
It's okay, sir. It's okay, sir. At least we have listened to your inspiring story, right? So thank
Yeah.
you so much for accepting our interview again and spending time with us. And we are looking forward for I hope this COVID gone very soon, and we will come back to normal and we will strive forward in our
Yeah.
life,
There's a
right?
hope for everybody. Stay
Yes,
safe
yeah.
and
Stay
stay
safe also,
positive.
sir.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Take care. Thanks.
Take care, sir. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Thanks.
Bye.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.